friends, what's going on? We're going to try something different today. I got a new smoker. I think she showed that earlier. Maybe not. But anyways, we're going to smoke a full-fledged naked turkey. So anyways, we're going to make a brine for the turkey to soak in overnight, at least 12 hours. You can buy that, and everybody has, there's 1,000 different versions of how to do it. I'm going to show you how I do mine, and we're going to add all this stuff to it, to the brine. I've got it laid out here, and I'll tell you, and I'll take you, we'll do step by step, and then after it cools down, we're going to put that thing in ice. Anyways, we'll tell you how it all goes. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start out with a gallon of water. After you make it, it's going to take about 2 gallons to 1.5 gallons to cover this turkey once we get it in the bag. But anyways, we're going to start out with a gallon. I'm going to go ahead and turn this fire on. A gallon of water. We're going to take a cup of salt. And what that salt does, it gets in there, and that meat, as it sits there, it helps open up all them fibers. From what I've studied and checked on it, you can actually, you don't even have to, is that thunder?
That is thunder.
We haven't had rain in like, what, 54 days? Anyways, that salt stuff, they say that it makes the meat more juicy, and you don't even have to inject it, but we're going to inject it anyways later.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to put some pepper, some black pepper in there.
How much you think? Tablespoon?
Like 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
Okay, and we're going to put, of course, this is almost 2 bay leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to put a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And we're going to put a 1/4 cup, I should have squeezed it already, but a 1/4 cup of honey in there. And this is going to give it a kind of a golden color whenever it's done.
There's a spoon laying right there.
Probably could have just squirted it in there and estimated it. Well, I need that spoon for something else. So, and now we're going to make the broth that we're making. You can buy your own broth. We're going to make it. It's 8 tablespoons, or teaspoons, I'm sorry, teaspoons of this for a gallon of water. So there's 1, 2, 3. All right, there's that. And I'm gonna put some minced garlic. You can ground your own fresh, but this is pretty, I mean, it's just as fresh. I'm gonna sprinkle that, about 2 tablespoons of that in there. And we're letting it come up. You're gonna cook this or heat this until it comes to a boil, and then we're gonna shut it down. Now I still gotta add, we're gonna add 3 or 4. Actually, I think I'm gonna add it all. All of this time.
That's a lot of time.
Well, that's what they showed.
Okay.
For 2 gallons. So we're gonna add that to there
You're going to add another gallon?
later after I
Okay.
get it in the dill.
Okay.
So that's your base to get started. So I believe I got all the ingredients in there. So now we're just gonna take a whisk and kind of get all that stuff moving around and getting ready to get hot. And then after it gets hot and boil for a second or a minute or 2, then we'll come back to you and we'll shut it down. I'm just going to get that all stirred up, the honey and the...
How long you let it cook? A boil?
Just a minute or 2.
Just a minute or two.
Just bring it to a rolling boil.
Okay.
So, all right. This will be your starter for your brine.
Brine with an I, not a Y.
Yeah, B-R-I-N-E. You little briny thing. All right, it's been boiling now for probably 5 to 8 minutes or so. I just want to get let it a rolling boil so it'll release all the good flavors from the stuff we put in there. Get it all mixed up good, and then I'm just gonna turn it off. So we're gonna let it sit. Really important is you let it cool down before you pour it on your turkey. So I'm gonna let it cool for a while, and then I'm probably gonna add some ice to it. That's another way to chill it down, because I'm gonna add some more water to it anyways, because we're gonna use about 2 gallons of water to put it in a cooler. and we're gonna put it in a bag. So I'm gonna let this cool for 30, 45 minutes, and then we'll come back to you. All right, I added about a half a bag of ice to this 1 gallon of water. I think total the brine is gonna be about 2 gallons or so. It depends on how much you need to cover your turkey. I'm gonna go put this down here. We're gonna let it sit overnight. Yeah, in here, and I'm gonna add some more ice here in a minute. I've seen different people put them in buckets and then put ice around the buckets. I've seen big Ziploc bags. I'm going redneck style. I have a bigger, just like a big lawn garbage bag that'll fit that dude in there. And what I'm gonna do then is put this right here.
Cash, get back.
We're gonna put that turkey in there. Quick. And we're gonna cover that thing up with that brine. So, going dark clouds, wish it'd rain. All right, so I'm gonna turn this dude. I think I'm gonna put it down even like this. It's gonna look just like that right there. Now, I'm gonna take this. It's nice and cool because I put about a half a bag of ice. And here's what the color looks like once it's done. So we're gonna take this and just start pouring this to that bird. Okay, it looks like we're gonna need about another half a gallon or so of water to cover that thing. So we will put some water. There we go, she's covered totally up. So now I'm gonna take this bag, tie it. Good, I am. Like that. I'll take this. Like an ice bath. So, all right, we're gonna let that sit for about 12 to 15 hours in that brine. And we'll get it out in the morning and clean it up and rinse it. We'll go through that later, and then we'll be ready to season that dude and then stuff it full of goodies and then put it on the smoker. See you later. All right, it's been sitting in here about 15 hours, 16 hours. I'm fixing to take it out and rinse it. And my little bag trick, I guess, worked, because you'll see the brine in a minute. It's a different color, you know, with all that stuff we put in there, and this is just clear water. Nice, still ice floating in there, so I know it stayed cold. Here's what it looks like inside. It actually smells good. But let's get him out, and we're gonna drain that water. And it has a good smell too already. We're gonna rinse him. And the reason why is that brine is salty, real salty. Some people don't, but if I'm gonna put seasoning on the top to smoke it, a lot of seasoning has salt in it and stuff already, so we don't want it to be too salty. I'm just gonna rinse them. Rinse them off with water. We're gonna just pat this dry to get all the moisture off of it. and then we're gonna end up spraying it with some canola oil, and we're gonna, when you get it dry like that, spray it with that oil. It'll help your seasoning stick to that. It'll also make your skin nice and crispy and pretty. So that's what I'm doing. I'm patting completely dry, and then we're going to spray it and rub it with some seasoning, and then I'm going to inject this thing dried off. It's still a little more. I'm going to go ahead and spray it with this canola oil all over, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it to rub my seasoning on. And then I've got two green apples and some celery, and I'm going to stuff it inside this turkey. Ooh, that cavity's bigger than I thought it was. So put some celery in there and some green apples, give it some good flavor. Uh-oh, we won't use that piece. Sorry about that. Get her all puffed up. That smoke will be able to get in there really good too. This, maybe stick a piece.
And celery?
Celery, yeah. Put a piece in this way, maybe, yeah. Okay, that's all that. Now I'm fixing to take, now that it's got, and that spray will actually help your seasoning to stick to the bird that I'm fixing to rub on the outside, and then I'm going to top it off by putting some injection on it. So I'm fixing to season it, and I'll show you the injection in a minute. So I got, this is the back, here's the top over, and I got the seasoning all over it. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Tony Saturates butter Creole. I'm going to inject in some of the breast a couple, 3 or 4 times, and some of the legs and thighs, and it should be ready to put on the smoker. She's all juiced up, poked up, stuffed up, and ready to go up to the smoker. All right. Let's see what the, oh, it's 300. We'll have to choke it down. All right. Just do it in here. Got right there. Look at that juice. All right, there she goes. We're going to try to keep it about 275 to 300, and probably going to be about 3.5 to 4 hours. We'll check the temperature on it. 2.5 hours. We're up to about we're up to about 140. We need to get it up to about 170 on the thigh. The breast is about 142, somewhere in there. So that needs to be up to about 164. So I want to wrap it. I think the color and the way it looks is perfect. Whew, son, I'm about to get some gloves. But where I'm going to wrap it, maybe I can slide it in a little bit. And foil just to cover it. I'm not going to wrap it tight, but I just keep it from getting any darker. That'll just keep that smoke from going right on the skin, and we'll keep on cooking it.
They're working on this putting the new windows in the back. We've already got them in the front, but now they're working on these. And while we're smoking up that food, it's hot, isn't it, darling?
Huh?
It's hot.
It's hotter than, should have rubber gloves on, but nobody will know. Let's get this dude out.
Nobody will know. It's right on YouTube.
Oh. It's squirting juice everywhere. Look at that.
Oh man, that looks good.
We'll take it inside and let it rest for a while. All right, we let it rest for about 30 minutes or so, and we're tired of waiting, so we want to eat. So we're going to cut into this dude here, and we'll see if it's got any juice. And oh man, let's see. It's pretty.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
Beautiful.
It smells. It has a lot of. It's got plenty of moisture. It's not dry.
Good.
So. All right. Well, man, it's gonna be smoking hot. You can see that marinade. I got some of that butter.
Look at
left.
Granny over there getting her nose up in it.
I could, I got
There's
a.
one piece that looks like it's about to fall out.
Yeah. You just, is it?
See, it's nice and moist. See
Oh,
the juice.
yeah. This is wonderful.
All right, thank you, Lord, for this day, for all you've done for us. Bless this food, keep us safe. In Jesus' name we ask, amen.
All right, I want to try the turkey.
Go ahead.
Let's all just try the turkey real quick so we can eat without an
Just get you a
audience.
piece or whatever.
Yeah, I'll just get a little piece of breast.
Is there a dark meat, light meat? Is it
This is dark, the white,
This
white,
looks dark.
yeah.
Me too.
Granny's already snitched it. She's acting like she hadn't yet.
That's good. That dark one's really good.
Is it going?
Oh,
It's
wow.
going. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I usually don't like turkey because it's dry, but this is good.
You injected it.
And that brine, 20, 30, 60,
Like I
50.
marinated it all night and everything.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Success?
Yeah, we'll do this again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, try it. Give this a try if you want to try smoking a turkey.
We'll see y'all next time. Until then, keep looking to the east. Bye.